In the second video for Unit 6 Learning Set 2, we're going to look at tax equations. So if f of x represents the entire tax function for married taxpayers filing jointly, then this function can be written in piecewise function notation. And in this table, we're going to let x equal the taxable income and y equal the tax. So these are the tax equations from the schedule for each bracket. So to create a piecewise function, what we will do is take each tax equation and use the tax schedule notation, but rewrite it into interval notation. So for example, the first part of the piecewise function is y equals 0.1x, and that occurs when 0 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 16,050. Now remember, in a piecewise function, the left side of the piecewise function, these are your equations. And on the right side, these are the conditions that have to be met to use each individual equation. So for the second one, y equals 1,605 plus 0.15 times the difference of x minus 16,050, and this occurs when 16,050 is less than x, and that is less than or equal to 65,100. And then we would just simply keep going for each of the equations in the piecewise function and rewriting tax schedule notation into interval notation. So our conditions are listed in interval notation. In example 2, we want to figure out how does the piecewise function relate to the tax computation worksheet. So first off, we're going to take our equation and we're going to simplify it. So we're going to start with the equation and we're just going to pick the 25% bracket. We're going to start with the equation and then we're going to use the distributive property to distribute the 0.25 into our equation. We'll then multiply to simplify, and then we would add our like terms. And we end up with y equals 0.25x minus 7,312.5. So now if we look at our worksheet, you will notice that the 0.25x, this is what would actually be if we used x for the tax amount and we followed along on the worksheet. 0.25x is what would actually match column C, which is multiplying A times B. And then for the tax column, we would subtract the $7,312.50. So that $7,312.50, this matches the amount, the subtraction amount from column D of the worksheet. So what happens is this is now in y equals mx plus b format. And we know that m is the slope and that matches the tax percent. B is the subtraction amount. So in example 3, we're going to express the equations in married taxpayers filing jointly schedule in y equals mx plus b format. So we're going to take all of the equations, and you would perform this step for each one. And notice when we look at our worksheet, okay, so the 25%, this 25% range matches this equation. And if you look, you see that matches our subtraction amount. Look at the next one down for our 28%. That also matches column B and C, so that's our 28% and our 11,256. So in the worksheet, essentially what the government has done is gone ahead and simplified the equations for you.